A pleasant day, everyone. I am Zenaida Bantilan, and today I welcome you to the chapter 16 of our legal aspect in tourism hospitality, which is formalities of entry in and exit from the Philippines. In this chapter, we are expected to identify various government requirements for foreigners to enter the Philippines, explain the importance of a valid passport when traveling, enumerate the privileges of Filipinos covered by the Balikbayan program, and discuss the dual citizenship. The entry and admission of foreigners into the Philippines are governed by the Philippine Immigration Act, which outlines stringent requirements and regulations to ensure compliance with immigration laws. This report delves into the key provision of the law detailing the essential aspect that governs the entry, stay, and admission of foreign in the country. Passport and visa requirements. Under Section 10 of the Philippine Immigration Act, non-immigrants are required to present unexpired passports and valid visas for admission into the Philippines. The law categorized non-immigrants into seven visa categories, including temporary visitors, students, and individuals under pre-arranged employment, with strict adherence to allowing aliens only one immigration visa category at a time. Admission requirements and visa categories. The law mandates specific requirements for aliens seeking employment under prearranged agreements, emphasizing the needs for juridical fact and documentary proof. Additionally, the Balikbayan program offers visa-free entry for Filipino citizens returning after an extended period abroad. Recent changes in the Philippine immigration policies toward non-immigrant Chinese nationals reflect evolving dynamics in international relations. The law also defines various passport types such as diplomatic, official, and regular passports, stressing the importance of possessing valid passports for entry into the Philippines. It also outlined visa requirements for nationals for specific countries, visa waiver programs, and special visa categories for investors in economic zones, highlighting a meticulous regulatory framework governing foreign entry and stay in the country. The Special Economic Zone visa and extension of stay provision for treaty traders, treaty investors, and individuals in Special Economic Zone underscore the notions, control, condition, and requirements stipulated in the law. Additionally, the law addresses the extension of stay for non-immigrant visa holders, emphasizing the discretionary power of the Commissioner of Immigration in granting extensions. Exclusion of foreigners. The Philippine Immigration Act, specifically Section 29, outlines the classes of aliens that are excluded from entry into the Philippines. The law explicitly identifies various categories of individuals who are deemed ineligible for admission, including persons with certain medical conditions, criminal convictions, or those advocating for unlawful activities. Additionally, the Act prohibits the entry of individuals who may become a public charge, practice polygamy, or hold beliefs contrary to the Constitution of the Philippines. The law provides comprehensive guidelines on exclusion, emphasizing the protection of public safety, health, and national security. Exclusion grounds are categorized into safe public three major areas: public safety, public health, and national security. An order of exclusion is considered final and bars the aliens from entry unless waived by Commissioner of Immigration as permitted by the Act. Furthermore, the burdens of proof lies with the alien to demonstrate under oath that they do not fall under any of the categories of exclusable aliens outlined in the Section 29. The Act empowers sovereign state to exercise discretion in determining the eligibility of aliens for entry, ensuring that individuals seeking admission do not pose threats to the general welfare and security of the country. Deportation of foreigners. The Philippine Immigration Act, particularly Section 37, delineates the grounds for the arrest and subsequent deportation of aliens in the Philippines. The law specified various circumstances under which an alien may be subject to deportation, including entry through false statements, criminal conviction, involvement in prohibited activities, or violation of immigration laws. Additionally, aliens convicted of crimes involving moral turpitude, or advocating for the overthrow of the government are deemed eligible for deportation. Deportation, defined as the expulsion of foreign from a state's territory, is a measure undertaken when an alien's presence becomes untenable due to serious violation of the country's law. The right of a state to admit or expel aliens is inherent in its sovereignty, reflecting the principle that every sovereign nation has the absolute authority to regulate the entry of foreigners within its borders. The process of deportation in the Philippines can be initiated either by the Philippines following due investigation or by Commissioner of Immigration upon recommendation by the Board of Commissioners. The power to deport is considered plenary and falls within the jurisdiction of the Philippines or the authorized immigration officials free from judicial interference. Furthermore, the law stipulates that no alien shall be deported without being informed of the specific ground for deportation or without being granted a hearing according to prescribed procedural rules. In deportation proceeding concerning an alien's entry, the burden of proof lies within the alien to demonstrate lawful entry into the Philippines, entitling them to access relevant information related to their arrival as evidenced by records held by the Bureau of Immigration. The Philippine Immigration Acts provide a structured framework for the arrest and deportation of aliens, safeguarding the integrity of the country's immigration system and ensuring that individuals who contravene the law are subject to appropriate measure including deportation. Detention of foreign travelers. Section 25 of the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940 authorized immigration officers to detain arriving aliens on board the vehicle, bringing them into the Philippines or at a designated location to assess their eligibility for entry. This detention period is crucial for officers to determine whether the aliens belong to any of the excluded classes specified in the immigration law. The vessel responsible for transporting the aliens is required to cover the expenses associated with their detention and potential relocation to another site. Under Section 6 of the Immigration Act, immigration officers have the authority to detain aliens upon arrival to verify their admissibility based on the exclusion criteria outlined in Section 29. This detention allows officers to ascertain whether the alien meet the entry requirements are potentially qualified for waivers of exclusion granted by the Commissioner of Immigration. Additionally, Section 28 empowers government medical and quarantine officers to conduct assessment to identify any health condition or disabilities that could render the alien unfit for entry. Their findings are essential for informing immigration authorities about the health status of arriving aliens and ensuring compliance with health and safety regulations during the entry process. In cases where government medical or quarantine officers are unavailable, immigration authorities may enlist the services of private physicians to facilitate the assessment process. Exit requirements. Section 22-A of the Philippine Immigration Act of 1940 mandates that any alien departing from the Philippines temporarily or permanently must obtain a clearance certificate from the Commissioner of Immigration before leaving the country. The Commissioner assesses if the alien has no pending obligations with the government, its agency, or subdivisions, and if no criminal, civil, or administrative action necessitates their presence in the Philippines. Upon meeting this criteria, the Commissioner issues the certificate upon surrender of all other previously issued certificates related to the alien's admission or residence in the Philippines. The law stipulates that no foreigner can depart from the Philippines except at a designated port of departure and without a valid immigration clearance certificate or an exemption certificate. Failure to comply is penalized under the Immigration Act. The Immigration Clearance Certificate serves as a means of immigration authority to monitor alien departures, ensuring the efficient administration and enforcement of immigration laws. Exemption from obtaining the certificate includes deported aliens, minors under 14 years of age, and temporary visitors staying in the Philippines for less than 15 days. Furthermore, whole departure order restrict the issuance of immigration clearance certificates to aliens with pending obligation to the Philippine government or subject to legal actions. Departure control officers are mandated to prevent the departure of aliens, withhold departure orders, or fraudulent certificates. Hold departure orders may be issued on various grounds, including criminal cases, warrants of arrest, government disputes, national security concerns, and pending deportation cases involving both Filipinos and foreigners. Policy guidelines outline specific document requirements for departing passengers, such as overseas employment certificate for contract employers or contract workers, round-trip tickets for tourists, and clearance certificates for permanent or temporary residents. Additionally, Republic Act No. 9225, known as the Dual Citizenship Law, allows natural-born Filipino citizens who acquired foreign citizenship to retain their Philippine citizenship. Such individual must file a petition for identification certificate to the Commissioner of Immigration, providing authenticated birth certificate as proof of their Filipino citizenship.